Deep in the Mississippi sticks, our shorthand for the middle of nowhere, lies a place called Beach. It's a tiny speck of land often ignored by modern maps, cradled between Little Beach Creek and its larger namesake. It was somewhere near the banks of Beach Creek that Sam and his family made their home. Sam was a Ladner blackmouth cur, a breed originated in southern Mississippi and known for its loyalty, intelligence, and for having an incredibly cold nose. In this case, a cold nose indicates the ability to smell old tracks, which can be valuable in hunting and tracking game. Sam was known particularly for his tracking ability. It was even said jokingly that Sam could track a ghost, although that comment rings eerily as Sam's life was changed suddenly late. One crisp winter evening, the details of what happened next are sketchy at best. It was reported to Sam's owners that a stray bullet from a nearby hunter's rifle sliced through the air and struck Sam near his left shoulder, piercing the edges of various vital organs. He collapsed with a sharp cry as his family rushed to him, their voices filled with panic and sorrow. They raced him to the nearest emergency vet, but hope was quickly slipping away. His injuries were severe, and every minute brought the possibility that Sam might not survive. As Sam hovered at the brink of death, time blurred into a haze of pain and uncertainty. Then, shadowy figures in surgical masks arrived, speaking in hushed tones about Project Redemption and the promise of a second chance. Sam's broken body was laid on a cold metal table, surrounded by advanced equipment that hummed with an eerie precision. In that sterile environment, his shattered form was fused with cutting-edge robotics. The most vital part of the procedure was the application of ultragraft, a revolutionary synthetic mesh designed to bridge the gap between living cells and cold titanium. This ultragraft acted as a digital nervous system, allowing Sam's biological muscles to knit directly into his mechanical limbs with a bond stronger than natural bone. When Sam finally awoke, he realized he had been irreversibly changed. A loyal heart beating inside a body of steel. Panic filled that heart as it thudded against a titanium ribcage. It must have been the next night, or perhaps many nights later. Sam had no way of knowing. Or did he, suddenly? A calendar with the date. January 12 highlighted somehow flashed within his brain. Apparently, his brain had been cybernetically updated via the ultragraft interface, along with who knows what else. What time is it, he wondered. Here we go again, he thought before he could even finish his thought. 8:23 p.m. popped up on his internal display. Confused and overwhelmed, Sam frantically began to search for a way to escape. Whoever had designed this project had vastly underestimated the heart of a Ladner, a mistake they would soon come to regret. He wasn't supposed to be awake, let alone accessing newly installed circuitry. Sam began systematically disconnecting the web of wires tethering him to the station. He snapped through high-speed HDMI leads and yanked USB data pins from his ports with surgical precision. Some were more stubborn, like the thick coaxial lines he had to wrench out, their heavy metal threading sparking against his new frame. He peeled away the biometric sensors that had been monitoring his pulse, leaving sticky adhesive on his mix of synthetic with real fur. He even found himself tearing through a set of red, white, and yellow RCA tables, ancient tech that seemed hilariously out of place next to his new frame. The flimsy steel traps that had been strapped to his body felt like wet cardboard against his newfound strength. With a sharp metal clack, Sam vaulted off the table and slid unexpectedly onto the floor. As he gathered himself and began to look for an exit, a map outlining the directions flashed inside his vision, projected by the ultragraph directly into his optic nerve. He quickly raced to the door, fumbling and stumbling until he regained some composure, breaking down the heavy exit door as he bolted past a sleeping guard. The steel groaned and buckled, popping off its hinges with a violent screech. Running blindly through the dark, he began to ponder how to get home. His sense of direction, especially for home, normally rivaled his sense of smell. However, his brain felt fuzzy, and he had no idea where they had taken him. Then, his synthetic worries echoed from somewhere deep within his auditory cortex, starting directions to Beach MS. Head southeast for 42. 8 miles you are currently off-road. Sam's mechanical ears twitched. He didn't know how his brain knew the way, but for a Ladner black-mouth cur, the only thing that mattered was the destination. He quickly noted that not only could he access date and time in GPS coordinates, but he had also been able to access the internal map of that unmistakably evil place he had just escaped from.